What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Not
the damn
another
podcast.
day of podcast.
Presented by
Our
Oz.
damn selves.
So 322.
322.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. Keep it up in this piece. What's good, kid?
We just been scorching here in Chicago. It's been
It's
very
real.
hot.
Summertime shy is real, baby.
Heat advisories for a couple of days this past week. Yeah, I didn't realize how high it was because I'm in air conditioned house and then I just go straight to my car, air conditioned, like just the whole but just stand outside just for those few minutes. I'm like, ooh, I was like, man, let me hurry up and get back to my like it was just ridiculous, like just super hot, just but I mean, I'd rather have this than polar vortex. I don't like the cold. So I'm team summer versus team winter. So
Shout out B man.
yeah, his ass biking in snowstorms and
Ride the bike in the fucking
he's
winter.
a different type of animal. He's a different type of beast. He is. I tip my hat to him on that. I do have to tip my hat, but it couldn't be me. I can't do that.
Well, before I go, gotta congratulate Babe. Like she new beginning. She's starting next week. So just want to put that out there. So we're having a little shindig, like to show some love today.
Yes, yes, yes,
I won't
yes.
go into all the details, but yeah, new beginnings, sir.
Yeah. New beginnings are always good,
Yeah.
especially if you're like kind of washing away some crap. You're washing away some crap. New beginnings are good. Evolution.
Evolution, nice. I
Evolution.
like. I like. Okay, where to begin? Where to begin? Ah, I know where I want to start.
Oh
Uh,
Lord.
no, on a serious tip.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ronnie James, yeah,
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was
during one of his workouts at USC, suffered cardiac arrest. 18-year-old man, young man. It's 18-year-olds suffered cardiac arrest. Yeah, he's stable now, but it's
mhm.
still a scary situation
I
though.
think that if I'm not mistaken, I think LeBron said that he's back home too now, I want to
Yeah,
say. So, but still like
he's supposed to start at USC this fall, like playing basketball there.
mhm.
Yeah, that's where he's going. So nobody knows what his future holds now, but that's a scary thing for an
18
18
and he's an athlete. So I mean he's in
and
good
and the
and then
genetics, like yeah,
your
LeBron
father is LeBron. So
got
I'm
good
sure that
genetics. Yeah,
sure you have like, and then on top of the good genetics, you have like personal chef, you have like good nutritionist, like you have like the resources. So it's just very scary that that happened with him. It's so like I can't even imagine as his parents, like with Savannah and LeBron, like you get that call that your 18-year-old child is, suffer cardiac arrest. As a parent, no parent wants to get that phone call. No parent does. So um I'm glad that LeBron did address immediately. Like I saw his social media. Like looks like Savannah is more private than LeBron.
yeah.
But,
Savannah, really see her a lot here.
and she's definitely more private. But LeBron
LeBron
definitely put up.
definitely he released a statement right
He
after.
released it, and that was really good. That so it wasn't like because like I don't know why we have to be like this, but people with their conspiracy. Stop with the conspiracy
Oh
theory.
yeah, there
Stop
was
it.
a lot of
Stop
them.
with
I
that.
want to go
Stop.
there. I don't know if I want to. I
I'm
don't.
not going there. They stupid. It's like
Yeah,
stop with conspiracy theories. Stop with
it
it.
was a similar thing they said about Jamie Foxx, and I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah, just stop with the
Yeah, the conspiracy theories. Of course, anytime something like this happens, there's always gonna be like everybody got an opinion. They're gonna give their conspiracy theory about what they think really happened, why they think he had cardiac arrest at 18 years old. But
yeah,
it's
just stop with it. Stop it. Like they got the phone call. LeBron put it out there that, we appreciate your concerns, but as they always say what they always end with, please respect our privacy at this time. Like we're fine. He's fine. We're gonna work towards getting him better, but thank you for your prayers. We receive them. We receive your prayers. Thank you. Continue to pray for us, but respect my privacy. And
yeah,
that's the best way that you can say it. Like you can thank people, but still say you're putting that boundary, like respect my privacy still. You get it. Like, But it's like, let's stop with that goofy stuff. Everything is not a conspiracy theory. It's just not.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Stop with it.
But man, scary stuff right there. 18 years old.
I did like that Shaq reached out right away too.
Yeah, because
He went
Shareef
to it.
O'Neal years ago, he had a similar, which is what ended his basketball career basically, because he was projected to be like top 10, like when he was like, playing college ball, but then he suffered a health setback, and then I'm not sure if he's even playing or like did he go overseas? Like I'm not sure what became of Shareef, but I know he didn't go into the NBA. I know that for a fact.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he reached out, and then former teammates as well. When Shaq played briefly with the Cavs when he was like 110. So like, yeah, former
Let's
team.
forget about that.
I said about
Let's
that.
forget about that.
Old Shaq with the Cavs. Yeah.
I remember Shaq as, Orlando Magic, Lakers,
Lakers.
and Miami.
Yeah.
That's the Shaq I like to remember. Those are the 3 eras of Shaq I like to
Miami never happened.
Like with Boston, that didn't happen. Phoenix, that didn't happen.
The Cavaliers, like all of that.
That didn't happen. Those are only three teams that Shaq, in my mind, that he played for. It's just those 3.
I'm retcon, like, yeah, Shaq retired after the 06 championship when him and Wade won the title. Shaq retired then. Well, he should have at least. The
other one didn't happen.
After that didn't happen.
After he said, "Tell me how my ass tastes," like that should have been the end of.
Kobe, hey, now I got one more than Shaq. Hey, I don't forget. When Kobe won his 5th.
What was that the first thing he said?
I just feel winning number 5. Yeah, well, now I got one more than Shaq.
It's so petty.
First thing he said.
Not
they was asking like, how's it feel to like win
your 5th title? You got one for every finger now. Like, wow, like this is amazing. Like, how many people?
Not a lot of guys that are in that category that have won. Like, yeah, let's name like, well, we're not counting all those guys on the Celtics and back in the day. A lot of them got 7, 8 titles. Like, yeah, but yeah, it's like, yeah.
Well, let's start with the least one. Robert Horry got 7.
Horry got 7. Yeah, he won. Yeah, over 3 different teams.
Yeah, he got 7.
And Duncan got 5. Yeah, Kobe got 5. Magic got 5. Then we go to the 6 category. Mike, Scotty, Kareem. Like, yeah, the 6 title. Yeah, that's it. Horry with the 7. Yeah, and then a lot of cats won 8 of that 8 in a row with the Boston teams with Russell and all that. So a whole bunch of cats that got a bunch of rings during that era. And then Russell with the 11 is like, yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like, yeah, it's hard to win that many rings to win 5. That's why it was a big deal. So
the first thing he says, "Oh yeah, I got one more than you, Shaq." I don't forget. That's the first thing.
Oh, I forgot Dennis got 5, and
Dennis,
Steve
Worm.
Dennis Rodman and Steve Kerr both got 5 as well.
Steve Kerr, 5. Yeah, he got 5 as a player, and
he got 2 with the Spurs. And 3 with the Bulls, and Rodman got 2 with the Bad Boys, 3 with the Bulls. So they in the 5-ring club.
5 rings.
But
it's hard to get into that. That's a hard.
A lot of cats that got that.
Hard. It's really hard.
That's why when Kobe hit it, that's why they hard forget. Like his right hand man, Derek Fisher got 5. I forgot he was doing all those titles. I forgot about it. Fish got 5. Yeah. Because he was right there with Kobe during every title run. He was right there with him, man. But it's hard, yeah. And since we talking a little basketball, let's just stay here. Then I want to pull this article up, yeah.
All right. Whenever you feel like you're gonna pull an article up, I'm like,
oh yeah. Anytime it's an article, you know it's gonna be some tomfoolery.
Some shits. Am I gonna be with the shits? Let me see if I'm gonna be with it this time. Sometimes I'm with the shit, sometimes I'm not.
The Bleacher Reports.
Most overrated NBA players
for the upcoming 2022-2023 for the season.
Yeah, for last year. So yeah.
This for last year. Okay, yeah. So this month, yeah. I thought this was, but let's just read it anyway. Yeah. Who they had? Trae Young. Can I just scroll or do I have to click on the things? It's like Trae was 10. If I have to click the thing, I'll be mad. Oh yeah, I can just scroll. DeAndre Ayton is 9. And it's low and slow. Ben Simmons is 8. He should have been number 1, really. Ben Simmons should. They get people kind of think he sucks now, so he's about rated right there. Draymond, number 7. We got John Collins at 6. Who we got coming up? Tobias Harris. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Tobias Harris over me. Like, watch the video, Jimmy Butler. Like, we said Philadelphia basically chose Tobias Harris. So just like, after they eliminated Philly, he's like, yeah, he chose Tobias Harris over me. Jimmy Butler stayed the king of shade. It's like,
yeah. I like the
this is 4.
Yeah. I like the face, the Jimmy face, but he that meme.
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry. Yes, definitely Kyle Lowry.
Pat Beverly. This is last year's list, and Rudy Gobert won. I got to find the current list here. So the current list has some interesting names. I think I just pulled up the wrong list. But it has some very interesting names on it, and that's what I wanted to share. But last year's list was a good setup, goddammit. Yeah, so to prepare us for this current version.
I agree with the Patrick Beverly. Definitely.
Yeah, I always thought because especially when you talking about his defense, it's like, no, he just fouls a lot and flops. It's like, yeah, it's like his defense.
And he's annoying. Yeah. He talks a lot of shit and fouls a lot.
Yes. Okay, here's the new article. I just clicked on the wrong one. That's all.
Okay.
That's the new article. I'm gonna try to share this shit. God damn it, yeah. Oh, it says it's not shareable. We'll just read along then.
Okay, read along.
Bleacher Report's the top 5 most overrated players. Guess who they have at number 5?
Who?
Well, you can't see that.
I can't see.
Never mind. Can't see that. Like, John Cena must be number 5 then. DeMar DeRozan they have at number 5.
I knew it was going to be a Bull. I knew, like, when you said guess who they have, I think it's going to be one of the Bulls, one of our guys.
DeRozan. Kawhi Leonard at number 4. I could see that because I could see a little bit of overrating. Is like, yeah, because Kawhi is great, but he doesn't get like for his failures, he don't get the hell that like a LeBron or even a Steph would get. Like when
he has to laugh. When he has to laugh. That's why.
Valanciunas at 3. I see that. Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
Dillon Brooks number 2. He's like another Pat Bev. He's not that good.
Yeah, I get the face. You see the face he gets. I'm just giving him
the number 1 overrated player in the NBA for Cup coming. They have Domantas Sabonis. Interesting.
Sabonis though.
I gotta check his stats to see like
I like Sabonis. I do.
I think he's pretty good too. When I saw DeRozan and then Kawhi, I'm like, oh, this is interesting. We gotta talk.
I like Sabonis. Yeah. I don't think that he's like, but like we always say with stuff is subjective. It's like, even if you still even can't go 100% with stats because some stats are inflated. And then some stuff doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Some stuff doesn't. So you got to take into account for like all these things.
I'm reading what they're saying about DeRozan. They're saying because of his lack of defense, it cancels out his because he's like still even now one of the best offensive players out.
Yeah,
because he does like DeRozan has never been strong on defense. It's like, and that's what it's like. That's what it's saying. I'm just reading the article why they say
because he's like still like he's like mid range, like the mid range game. Like he's probably like the best mid range person. Like that mid range game. That's strong. Like that's his. He found his.
Yeah, that's what he leaned into being like the mid range king kid. And the mid range game is kind of a lost art. So you had like Kobe was mid range, Michael's mid range. Yeah, the mid range is kind of a lost art. So
yeah, where do you see that at though? Like the 3-point shot is the thing that everybody does now. So to make it, everybody's jacking threes. He don't do that though.
And surprisingly, the team that jacked up the most threes in a single NBA game is not the Warriors. I just knew it would be them. It's those Houston Rockets, like the D'Antoni Rockets that had Harden and Chris Paul. Remember that game 7 when they jacked up all those three and they missed like unprecedented amount in the row.
Yeah, it was like they took like 73s by the half. It's like, what the hell? What's going on? Like, it
I was
was
going down a
ridiculous.
YouTube rabbit hole and outside. I was like, I just knew it would be the Warriors, the team like that put up the most threes. And it was that Rockets team. Like, that makes sense. Because I remember that's why they lost that game. Because they lived and died literally by the three.
And
like,
he was a stat at the end of the it was like 13 for like 90, something like that. It's like, no, stop taking threes. No,
no matter how
stop.
many they missed, they just
Stop. What are you doing?
got
You
themselves
guys
out. They
ain't
were up at
doing
halftime in game 7 against the Warriors and lost the game because they couldn't stop shooting them broke ass threes and shit.
like that's not 13 of 90. It was something like crazy like that. Like the stat was like ridiculous.
He
It was
shot
like,
himself
oh
out
my
of that
God.
game. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Mm.
When you get the hot hand, because sometimes you are hot from downtown. You recognize who got the hot hand. Okay, the six man got the hot hand. Okay, we going to dish to him. He got the hot hand. Let's feed him. Continue to feed him. Like you gotta pick and choose where the heat is coming from, basically. So you won't lose the game, especially if you were up if you were up at the half, especially if you were up at the half double digits, and then
Yeah.
you lose. That's when you get. Well, you know what happens usually. Then that's when someone gets fired. At that point, the coach gets fired. At that point,
You gotta blame somebody. So like, yeah,
usually it's the coach that
coach
gets
is usually
fired.
the first to go. Like when shit happens, yeah, the coach is usually the first to go because you gotta
That's what
put
usually happens.
somebody gotta take the brunt of that bullshit, and coach is usually the first to go. All right, I promise that's all the basketball we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. You know, I'm having like this, having my basketball withdrawals right now. Yeah. Be for the dog days of summer right now.
Where the hell we want to go next, kid? Want to talk Jeff Hilarious? I don't know.
I'm gonna say yeah. We gonna go here.
You want to talk Jeff Hilarious?
You go there. I was just to light it up now, to bring people back up. I know some people like this with the basketball be like, okay.
They definitely told me that yeah, she ain't feeling that basketball shit.
So Jess Hilarious, if you guys don't know, she's a comedian. She's she got her fame like doing like her clips, like, during this era, like the Instagram comic. Like a lot of comics became popular during the Instagram era, like that.
Yeah.
So she was on Wild and Out.
Wild and Out is what most people probably know her from.
Mm-hmm. She's been on some TV shows. Was she on Lil Rel's show?
Yeah, she was Rel's
Yeah.
homie on there, yeah.
Yeah, she was on there. So
When
she's been making her rounds.
on Fox, Jess Hilarious was on the show here.
Mm-hmm. She's been making her rounds.
Also, she's the front runner to get the third chair of the Breakfast Club right now. Yes, because she's like several guest appearances because they've been rotating that third chair.
Right.
Angela, you definitely got her own show. Like, yeah,
just trying to find the right fit for them.
And Jess she's made the most appearances and like she seems like the best fit. So like that's like the front runner is Jess Hilarious. Get that. They have other options like I liked Claudia. She was good. I thought Lala was pretty good, like when she was on there with him. Who else? Roxy, like of course, like shout out Roxy. I forgot about Roxy. I was like, shout out to homie because she did a day. I was like, Roxy, and she kind of like her and Angela Yee got kind of similar energy. So I was like, yeah,
they do.
Might be a good. But Jess has been the one, the front runner, because she's been on the show the most here. So that's the one they leaning towards. But after this, like, who knows? She hasn't been on since this either, so that's a sign right there. She hasn't been on since this scandal broke.
Apparently,
she says trans women aren't women. But I'll leave. Yeah. I'll set it up like that. Go ahead.
So apparently, I don't know the person who made a statement on TikTok. They're a trans woman, and I can't remember the person's name, but basically they said that women, you're not the gatekeepers of periods and this and that. So it's like
the person's name. I just looked it up here.
What's the name?
P.S. Madison.
Okay, there it goes. So she said that, women, you don't own periods. You don't own, and this is where stuff gets a little bit dicey. It starts to get a little dicey.
That old slippery slope that they were talking about, and we on it now.
So then Jess responded.
Down that motherfucker now. Go ahead.
So then Jess responded by basically saying that, real women, we're real women over here, and this and that. And then it just became a whole shit show after that, because then people started because of course, like, if you disagree with something, then you're automatically phobic. You're
Mhm.
whatever phobic. You have whatever phobia whenever that's just what people jump automatically. So then people start saying that she should be canceled and that she's, transphobic and this. And then other people jumped in. I think they were doing too much. I think academics was who jumped in. He was like, low
Big
key,
Ack is here, baby.
low key, did we think that Jess was trans though? Like I thought that she was trans anyway. And I'm like,
Some people
she's obviously not trans. She's obviously not.
people
She's
do like to fuck with Jess. They say she looks like a man. I don't think she does. Yeah, but
she's not.
people like she's
Like I
just
said,
she has strong black features. That's why yes,
I
people
have to give
like
validity from this, but they said allegedly, like I said, but because she's a comedian, she could have just been telling a joke. They said allegedly she did say that somebody slid her DM looking for a trans
yeah,
woman and
she's
thought that
told
she was
that
trans.
joke publicly before. Yeah,
That because I don't know that joke. Like I said, I don't know of that joke, but
that joke said
but
that a celebrity, she wouldn't say who like
yeah,
slid,
once again, she's a comedian,
but like said
so
they exaggerate
they
stories.
exaggerate things. You take a grain something this big and then you
Yeah.
make it that. So
Looking at Big Ack right now. Yeah, I am reading his story. Big
he
Ack.
said, "Look, okay,
Said,
then
I
we did
thought
it."
she was trans the whole time, like he did.
This is my face when people say that. This is my face when people make that joke. Like,
Maybe
take
don't
off
make
that weave, take off her hair, and take off her makeup. Don't she look like a man? I'm like, this is my face. I do.
well, you got
I make that face when
don't
people
talk
do.
about somebody. Yeah, you got titties, Ack. Yeah, so yeah, we talking trans, bro. Come on,
You in the C cup, dude. You got a C cup right there. But
Ack. So maybe bring that girl from Fresh and Fit back, the one with the voice, and say, "Don't make me sick her on you, Ack." Using his feelings on that shit.
oh my gosh. But here's a slippery slope that, like, as a person I'm a mother, I've given birth 2 times. I have pushed out 2 babies out of me. And I feel like sometimes in our society, we can be a little bit too inclusive and want to put everybody under the same umbrella. Everybody's not under the same umbrella. That's just not reality. Everybody is not under the same umbrella. It's just not. So what's wrong with saying, okay, man, woman, what's wrong with having different categories instead of trying to put everybody all under the same umbrella? Like, no, like, what's wrong with that? Like, people, like, I'm not a person, like, I know some people, well, God doesn't make mistakes. It's like when people try to get on the religious high horse, it's like, if somebody doesn't feel comfortable living their life, like, I would rather somebody live their truth than be trying to force their way into a lie and be like, you know that you want to live your life. If you were born male and you feel like you're a woman and you want to live your life as a woman, but you just forced to live like a man, if you want to live like that's your business. If you want, it's your business. Your business
Yeah,
at all.
like you said,
Period.
trans should be his own thing.
It's your business, period. But I
Trans
feel
should be
like, it's just too much
like if
of
you're
like
born a woman and then you like transition into a woman, that should be two different things. It's not.
it's like we can recognize that, you're a trans woman. I respect the okay, you're a trans woman. Okay, if your name now, if you were Michael, but now your name is
Michelle.
I don't want to say Michelle. I wanted to say something like totally like just Anastasia. Let's say you want like I was just trying to think of something like really
your
just
name was Bruce and now your name is Caitlin. Let's just keep it 100. Shit.
okay, we could go there. Yeah. So if you did okay, I would respect that and say, okay, you're Caitlin now. I'm not going to keep on calling you that. I think that's ignorant too. I'm not going to be like you, Bruce. No, okay, you're Caitlin. Okay, you're Caitlin. You're a trans woman. Okay,
On
I
the flip
recognize
side,
that.
going the other way, if Ellen Page becoming Elliot Page, that's
Yeah, I recognize that. Okay,
but I
I'm
think
not.
Elliot Page should be different than me. I say like, yeah, somebody who was born a man and somebody who transitioned into one. I think that's two
Right,
different things. And
right. Like, yeah, recognize that.
I don't
Yeah,
think I'm phobic for saying that shit. Yeah.
no, I think that don't stop putting people on the same umbrella and let's be respectful of one another, but being like I think it's messy when they do the whole like the phrase now birthing person. Like, no, I'm a mother. I'm not a birthing person. I'm a mother.
Another one they said, a
I'm a mother. I'm not a birthing
they
person.
said it's like I was just saying you want out of your way to not call somebody a woman. It's like,
I'm not like, no, I'm not a birthing person. I'm a mother. Like, if you see what women, like, and several women have died from childbirth. Thankfully, I had no complications. I'm one of the few people that can say that I was totally blessed throughout my pregnancy and my labor and delivery. I had no complications. So I'm incredibly blessed for that. But some women are not as much. Women who've experienced preeclampsia, who've experienced like the scary things that's happened during that. I have friends who've gone through that. So it's like I think that we all need to be a little bit more to recognize being more respectful of one another. I feel like, you want to get your respect, but you don't have to undercut somebody who was born and this wants to do by life. You don't have to undercut them to get your voice heard. That's why I feel your voice can still be absolutely your voice should be heard. Absolutely. All of our voices should be heard. That's part of America. Like you're supposed to be like, we're different. All of us are different, but we all have a voice.
yeah.
So everybody's voice should be able to be heard, but we shouldn't have to undercut somebody else for our voice to be heard. That's just how I feel. You can't like when like the whole Black Lives Matter. It's like, well, what about white? It's like, Black people have been like, come on, we know the history of this country. Come on. Black voices have been silenced for so long. Like, come on. Like, don't even go there. Come on. It's like just because our voice is being heard now, it's not undercutting your voice being heard. It's not. So I think that's the problem with some people who begin to feel like they're being marginalized, think that, well, I have to cut you out to meet it. Like, no, you don't. Your voice can be raised and lifted so you can be heard too. But I mean, I think that should stop the whole trying to just completely. They're saying that, like, I saw another one. They was like, people get periods. It's like, no, people. And
Yeah.
if you do want to be like, okay, because if you are a trans man, you still have. So let's just say like this. If you want to go like this, uteruses get periods. Let's just say it like that. If you want to say uteruses give birth, uteruses do.
That floats your boat to go with that one then.
Because that's the most scientific way to say it, because like gender can be fluid, gender can be very fluid, and gender can be whatever. But if we want to just go straight science, let's just say, okay, uterus. If you got uterus, no matter whether you're trans or not, you got uterus, you're going to push out a baby, or you're going to have a period if you have a uterus. Can we just say uterus there?
We talk about academics, people with titties.
See, like I said, like he has titties, but he doesn't have a uterus. So
let's go.
Because some people do have, like, it's some men who naturally have bigger hips and bigger butts than me, have a bigger hip, that naturally have that because they just produce a lot of estrogen. Sometimes men can have breasts and hips and butts and things like that naturally.
It's like it's dudes
so
really
women grow full mustaches and beards naturally.
it's dudes with really high pitched voice and women with deep voices, like
naturally, yeah, very naturally. But that's why I said the whole deal. So let's just say uterus. If you got uterus, you're gonna have that. So that way we can just end let's just go straight science if we want to get uncomfortable with stuff or whatever. But I think that Jess could have been more eloquent in the way that she said it. Like, I think that it was very, like it was kind of like, like the way it came out. But I mean, the point that she was trying to raise is that I think that maybe she was trying to say something similar to what
I'm siding with Jess on this one.
I think that she was trying to say something similar to what I said, because like I said the thing about like, stop trying to put everybody under the same umbrella. Stop trying to do that. Like, everybody should have their own, like I said, if that's the case, have their own category and stop trying to, trying to cut somebody else out to have your voice heard. Because it's like you're kind of like bullying people when you do that. You bully people.
Sports thing is the worst. It's like you really just need to start transports. Like
I think so too.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they have the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Why not have the Trans Olympics? Why not have that? I don't think that would be offensive, because obviously, like, if a child,
it's less offensive than having like some so like if I put on a dress and a wig and went and competed in women's sports, it's like
if you compete in the shot put contest, of course you're going to dust me. You know, you're going to dust me in shot put, of
Yeah,
course, of
it's stupid.
course.
Or MMA is like, I'm like,
You're
yeah,
going to
knock
dust
it
me
out.
in MMA, of
Come
course.
on,
You're
I'll
going
get
to
an
dust me.
octagon and a dress and a wig, and like, yeah, I'm done like 75-0 in that month. It's like, come on.
Every
Stupid,
time.
man.
So I think that that should be the case. I think that it should be a trans Olympic. Like I said, they have a Special Olympics because no matter how, like if a person is fat, because like, it is some great athletes that I have seen on Special Olympics, some great athletes. But if you can't put somebody who's a WFT against Usain Bolt. It wouldn't be fair. That just you get what I'm saying. That just wouldn't come on against Usain Bolt. He that wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't. It just wouldn't. So I think that that should be the case. Like it should go like that. That way you're still getting your recognition. You're not being silenced. You're not, no one's trying to stifle you in the like, oh, it's a hate thing. Because it's like, no one's trying to silence your voice. No one's trying to take away no one's trying to take that away from you. But it's like you don't have to feel like you have to, you know, you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that.
Right. Well,
So let's just be more. I keep on saying, let's just be more respectful to each other. Respect is a two-way street. Respect is not just one way where, like, as a marginalized person, that because I'm not marginalized, well, I am marginalized actually, but you get what I'm saying. If somebody who's not actually marginalized just shouldn't be like, I have to respect you, but the marginalized person, I don't have to respect the person who is. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. Both of us should be more, you know, it needs to go both ways. It needs to be, that. But yeah, more eloquent the way, like I said, the message, like I said, what she was saying, her genuine concerns, not an issue, but the execution was
that's fair.
it could have said better. It could have been
That's fair. Yeah.
it could have been voiced a lot better. Her genuine feelings, yes, I agree with her, but like the way it was executed was all wrong. It was like not tactful. It was just kind of, and you're a public figure, so you gotta be on your P's and Q's when you're a public figure. You gotta be more like you gotta do this. Write out your statement before you do it. Practice it, then make it, you have to do that if you're public. So
Well, let's talk about the shift gears again. You heard about Judge Mathis? Did you hear this story?
no.
Oh well,
The
let's
last
talk.
time I saw Judge Mathis, he was on a yacht with Magic and they were
Well,
traveling the world in the seven seas, whatever they was doing.
well, yeah, he traveled back to LA and shit got real. It's like, yeah, he's accused of pulling a gun on LA city workers. So yeah. Here's with the story that went
Huh? Wait, huh?
not crackheads, city workers. Here's like this here's the story, like both sides
Okay.
are like giving like different versions of what happened. Like they were like the city workers were saying that Judge Mathis was like blocking where they were working at, so they like his car was like in the way. So
So
they
what they
asked
were like the street and working on the street or something like
whatever.
that?
Look it up. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
they were saying they were doing their work. Judge, they were from the LA Department of Water and Power, so they were probably doing something. Yeah, with
Okay.
yeah,
With the
whatever.
volunteer.
It could have been a water main or whatever they were working on.
Mhm.
And then they were saying, "Hey, we got to get our work. Like you move your car." And they said the judge just they basically went off and pulled his gun out and said like, "Get the fuck from in front of my house" or whatever. Like yeah. But Judge Mathis's version of what's saying is like they were blocking him in, so he was like asking like, "Hey, like can I get my car out?" Yeah. And then like I guess like things got heated, like they started talking. He's saying that he told him that yeah, hey, don't fuck around and fight. He told him he had a gun, but he said he never brandished it. So that's what his version is. And as a Second Amendment guy, I get that. I don't be telling nobody like yeah, because that's the element of surprise. The purpose of having a concealed carry is the element of surprise. Like you don't tell everybody you got a damn gun. It's like yeah. So Judge that might have been what actually happened with the Judge Mathis version. Is like he asked him, they said, "Hey, fuck you." It was like he said, "Hey, don't fuck around. Like I carry a
Fuck
gun.
around, find out.
I carry a gun, so you might want to move and shit." But they say he pulls the gun on him. That's what their version is.
So because we live in the era now, um, if it was like a Ring camera that caught it, or a Nest,
Yeah,
whatever,
like
Google
we have
Nest.
like some we can see the actual change. I'm sure there's a video out there of like
There's videos everywhere now. Like you
yeah.
can't. Everybody has a Ring doorbell or a Nest on their Vivint, whatever. Everybody has security doorbells on their camera. Everybody on their thing. Everybody has that now, pretty
It's
much.
just like the whole like of like the Britney Spears Victor Wembanyama like that shit. Like once the video came out, we saw that both sides kind of exaggerated what happened.
Yeah, and that's what I think happened. Like,
It's like he's like saying she grabbed him, she didn't, she tapped him on the shoulder, and saying that his security knocked her out. They didn't, they just pushed her back. It's
they
like
pushed her back. They
knocked
said
her out.
six. They said 6 feet, 6 feet. Basically, they
Yeah.
did the 6 feet.
So like both sides
Or the
exaggerated.
stiff arm when you're in football. You know the stiff
Yeah.
arm. They did that. They stiff armed her.
Yeah.
But I think if I was a person, I think that this is probably what happened. They had work to do, and they probably came like, "Hey, like, dude, we gotta get this work done." They may have came in because it's like, if especially if you're working out, and like I say, it's hot here. I'm sure it was very hot in LA. If it's hot in Chicago, it's hot. It's hot as
Yeah.
fuck in LA. So
Probably
you
like
outside.
probably like you said, we got work to do. Judge Mathis being who he is like you kind of you got a chip on you. Like
Yeah, a
I'm
little bit. You got
Judge
ego.
Mathis. It's like yeah,
You like,
like
I'm gonna move when I feel like moving.
yeah.
You're like, dude, I mean,
I don't, like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I got work to do. They probably
like
came back at him. It's like
I
Judge
want to take my lunch in 30 minutes. Like I'm trying to like dude, like I got shit to do.
Judge Mathis. Yeah, like they probably got
Keep
there.
moving now. And that's probably what happened. He's like, well, you don't want to fuck around and find out.
I told him, hey, like, yeah, don't talk crazy to me. Like, dude, I carry a gun. And that's probably what
And that's probably what happened. Both sides, that's what I could more realistically see it. Like this reminds me of like the different world thing with the guy spray painted the N-word on the
Ron Johnson
Oscars.
with Dean
Like
Kane.
they both exaggerated.
Yeah.
Like Ron wasn't like, yeah, guys, and he wasn't like that. And then they wasn't, like, oh my gosh, you guys, and are you saying that black people are better than white people? Yeah. It
Yeah.
wasn't like both of them exaggerated.
Yeah,
both sides were exaggerated.
If you're unsure, ask your girl. and all that. They both
made like Ron and Dwayne, like they were like thugs. They made them thugs. They weren't thugs at all. Like Dwayne was an engineering student. Like, like he
black man, your worst nightmare. He showed an episode.
And then came being a racist.
Racist Superman. Let's go. That's a comic racist Superman. Let's go, man.
This stuff came about DK later. Solidified some his. Okay.
That's an acting. I don't know.
But I think that that's honestly what happened. I think that they like, hey, like we got stuff to do. It's like, okay, like, I mean, you know who I am, because celebrities do get to like, it's not saying that all celebrities are, but a lot of celebrities do have like
you have that chip on your shoulders. Like, yeah, if you you think that the world is supposed to partner around you. It's like, yeah, like, because you got to get your car out, but they like, we got shit to do too. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm judge, man. My shit is more important than yours, basically. It's like, yeah.
So I think that's what happened. So hopefully somebody has a camera somewhere. Hopefully,
yeah, we can
camera record something and.
Yeah. You need
like
to
subpoena all the
cameras on all the Ring cams on the block. You need to be subpoena and all of that shit.
Yeah, because it's door cam. Because like we saw the door cam, we saw door cameras of like other stuff that picked up on other big stories where it's like, oh, this happened, but then the door camera came out, doorbell camera. It's like, nope, this is the actually happened.
Remember the Ma'Khia Bryant shooting? Like, remember why that story went away once the because first like we saw like we had dash cam, body cam, and the door cam. The door cam told the whole story.
The door cam, yeah, that's the one I was talking about there. The door cam
told the whole block and shit. Yeah, like,
the door cam told everything.
You saw it. It wasn't like what people said it was. Like
the doorbell camera told the whole entire story.
Yeah, and that's why that story went away. It's like, yeah, you ain't heard about that story since that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, yeah.
I know. Look at this on my block. Like when I see doorbell cams, be like, all of us got doorbell cameras on my block, so it's like it would catch everything. So, yeah.
So, babe, our dog was shitting on her porch. Her doorbell cam.
Dog. I was like, who's this? Whose dog is this? Whose dog is
Yeah,
that?
last I won one today. It came every day too. Like she finally got to the bottom of it. The camera told
Yeah, because when I kept on seeing
whose
that, I was like,
dog it
whose
was.
dog is this? This could be
Finally
shit
figured out whose dog it
on your
was.
porch. Like, that's unacceptable. But yeah, though. So hopefully, Judge, I mean, you don't want to be that guy. And then Judge is getting a little bit older, and we know that people, so that they get older, they get cranky. Like he's starting to be a little bit cranky old man. Because like this isn't the first story I heard about him being a
Yeah.
bit of an ass. It was like
I've heard a story about him being an asshole. I've heard
right,
that.
like I've heard him like he's but
I know people that work for his show. Yeah, so yeah, a few
I
people.
mean, well,
Yeah.
he is from Detroit, so I mean, that's in Detroit right there. And then he was in Chicago for a while, so I mean,
Yeah.
you move a little different. You from Detroit, you lived in Chicago, and then you got different.
In LA, yeah, he's probably
Different when you grew up in the Midwest. You move different.
he's still probably upset his show got canceled too, so he's like feeling some type of way.
We know the Hollywood people. We know the Hollywood is real like like really posh and like that life. But if you're from the Midwest, you're like, look, I'm from the Midwest. It's different over here.
You call people crackheads.
But Judge, like, yeah, you gotta be careful with how you move because, like I said, you are a public figure. You're well known, and
Yeah.
like you just can't be like. I mean, I hope he wasn't stupid enough to because you're a whole judge. I hope he wasn't stupid enough to branch a gun. I hope he wasn't. You're a whole judge.
Hope you didn't.
Like even I know that. I'm not a Second Amendment. I don't have a for it. I don't have none of that. And even I know that.
Don't pull your weapon and let it till you feel your
even
life.
I know that.
Only time you pull your weapons when you feel your life or someone else's life is in danger.
Exactly.
The only time you pull it, you don't pull it just because of scare, motherfucker.
Even I know that. So it's like, come on now.
You want to talk about Tina Knowles?
Yeah, we can stay Hollywood.
Tina Knowles filed a divorce from actor Mr. Richard Lawson.
Mr. Bostic? You gotta be about our age to get that reference. He was Mr. Bostic on the Cosby Show. Yeah. The hot teacher. And he was Luther on My Children, because that's where I know him from. Because like we was like, oh, Mama and I watched. We like, oh, Luther fine. Me and Mama was like that. Yep. So yeah.
He's also the father of Bianca Lawson. It's like and I wonder if his daughter takes after him. Like when she filed divorce, what's his first words to Tina Knowles? Like, it ain't over, bitch.
Bianca Lawson, who isn't aged in 25 years.
A teenager, she's like 47.
She's about 44. He's about 43. She's older than me. She's like 43, 44. No, but
watch or don't watch Save the Last Dance. You want to get that joke. It ain't over, bitch.
So apparently it had been looking like there was trouble in paradise for them for a while because people are very perceptive of things because it's like where do these people come? People who notice like, okay, so just unfollow. So like they do you just stop people's pages to know that?
How do you know that?
All the thousands of friends that these celebrities have and that they follow, you see when they unfollow their partner or whatever, you see that immediately. How do you see that immediately? How? But the tale that people saw that made people first realize that it was trouble in paradise, because they said a few weeks ago,
Tina's house was robbed, didn't it?
Well, that too. No, but on her Instagram, they were saying that her handle still says Miss Tina Lawson with her check mark, but then when it has her name under it, it says Tina Knowles. She dropped the Lawson. Yeah. It still says it in her handle. Like her handle still has Lawson.
Changing the handle is a little more difficult, especially now with the new Twitter. Is like, yeah, you can't just like because it's a process to change that handle. It's like,
when people saw that her handle, when saw that her name changed, they're like, wait a minute, she dropped the Lawson. She's not. It says Tina Knowles now. And then people started looking. They're like, okay, she a couple weeks back, Jay-Z's mom got married. And Tina went, Richard was nowhere to be said. Richard was not at the wedding. Why would her husband not be at the wedding? then another thing, they was like, Richard has something. He had like an opening of something. He had some event that he went to, and Tina was not there. And they said Richard wasn't wearing his wedding ring.
Mm.
This was like all a couple weeks ago. That's why people was like, it's trouble in paradise. So they're like, I started seeing the gossip site saying that they split. And then finally Tina made her statement like maybe 2 days after the gossip column started,
Yeah.
saying, yeah, Richard and Tina split. They split. But
the usual irreconcilable differences is what you
yeah, that's such the Hollywood phrase, irreconcilable differences. That's such
you
a broad term.
I don't know why you gotta give a reason. Let's say you don't have to read why you want to get married. Why you get married? I don't want to be married to this bitch anymore. It's like, yeah. Why do you have to give a reason why you want to get divorced? Yeah. I don't want to be married to that bitch anymore. Like that's the reason. But that's why they put irreconcilable differences, because you have to give a reason.
But for the people who don't know, because like I said, I've been following their story because I watched the series Black Love, and a lot of people started to like now
yes!
to make jokes about Black Love. Initially, I was like, "Do I want to appear?" But now I'm like, "Hell no, I don't want to appear on that. Hell no, hell no." But because what I liked about
me and Babe used to watch that show too.
What I like about Black Love is that it did a nice mix of like, you saw people from all different levels.
They had celebrity couples, but they also had non-celebrity couples.
They had real couples. I mean when I say real couples, they had just regular people. Then they had people who were like Instagram famous, people who were like social media couples. Then they had like celebrity couples. Like Grant Hill and Tamia were on there. Like their story was cute. Grant Hill and Tamia, like they had celebrity couples like that. But what you have to realize about Tina and Richard is that they've known each other for like over 40. They've known each other for like over 30 years. They've known each other that long. Because like when he met her, she was pregnant with Solange, I think. And when he met her, he just thought that she was just the most beautiful woman that he had ever seen and everything. He was just captivated by her beauty. Or even maybe she may have been pregnant with Beyonce. She was pregnant with one of her kids. And when he met her, he was like just captivated by her beauty and everything. But obviously, she was married. He was married because he was married to Bianca Lawson's mom, who was the niece of Berry Gordy. Yeah. Yeah, she's a niece of Berry Gordy. So he was married or whatever. She was married, but then they were friends and everything. But then as soon as the opportunity presented itself, now Tina went through what she went through with Matthew. We know Matthew was hectic. 2 side babies, so he did a lot. So so after she officially divorced Matthew, and then Richard had been divorced for a while, because I'm not sure what his personal business was, like if he had been dating significantly after he got divorced, I'm not sure or whatnot, but they both reconnected. They both were single at the time when they reconnected. So then he's like, okay, this is my dream woman. I've liked her for X amount of years. I've liked her for over 30 years. I'm going to shoot my shot. He shot his shot. I think that honestly, what he envisioned, like
what he thought she was and what she actually was 2 different things.
Was 2 different things. I think so, because what people love to talk about is because they're like, well, Tina just a Capricorn and this and that. It's like, she was like very rude to him. And all the interviews I've seen with him, like she just seems very standoffish to him, like in that, even in that Black Love documentary. I'm gonna reenact it. So she's talking about basically fine, and her story was nice the way she was talking about, because she says that when you give a certain age, you think that you can't find love again, especially like after the way her marriage ended with Matthew. They were married like 30 years. He had 2 side babies on her, and so it was like a bad breakup. So after 30 years being married, now you're in the dating pool again. That sucks. So especially the way her marriage ended. So it's like she was just saying like, it's good to see that you can love again and this and that. And then she was saying about how it was just good that, I married like my longtime friend and everything. And then she said something along the lines of, is he perfect? Absolutely not. But he had most of the qualities I was looking. And then when he said that, he was like, no. Like you could tell he was trying to just say it, because people like, so you think you're perfect? It's like, I don't think he was saying it like that. I think he was trying to.
You said, I'm here, bitch. I'm not. I might have remember, bitch. I'm Mr.
Bostic. I think he was trying to say it in a way where he was trying to do it in a joking way. That's what it sounded to me because she was like, "Is he perfect? Absolutely not." And then he was like, "No, no," because like she didn't hear him the first time he said no. When he said no again, and then she did this, she was like, "No." And then she like rolled her eyes. She was like, "No." And then she like, and then she just started talking. And then his face after that, he was like the whole time when she was talking after that, his face like you know how like camera angles like people do like their own video edits, so like they always zero in on his face now. They like put the camera directly on him, and you can see him just sitting there like. And then she's just talking while she's going to mile and like, yeah, but you know, like it's great that I found love again. Da, 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 and we're just having a great time and we're just enjoying ourselves. And then she just going like a mile a minute just talking. But you can see his face like he slowly is like, it feel like he like slowly is like dying inside, like after the way she said no and rolled her eyes. I was like, then another interview I saw her like, you know, when they were asking him stuff that she was like talking over him and she was like just real, just I don't know, just really just, you know, just real to him. And I'm like, okay, they seem like they're a little bit.
Yeah, but just don't go on this show. It's on this picture, the gum little gum gallery that I have. Yeah, right. You have them, yeah, Bianca, I'm not Bianca, yeah, Tina Knowles and Mr. Richard Lawson. You also have Devon Franklin and Megan Good. You have Niecy Nash and Dude. You have Corey and Tia Mowry.
So when I saw that meme come up, and I'm like, but it's been like over 100 couples that appear. Like, yeah, those 4 happened to divorce, but it's like it's other successful couples, but you know.
But just don't go.
Tina and Richard, and of course, like the Beehive, they're coming after Richard. Now they're like he deactivated his social media, he deactivated his Twitter, I think. Yeah, he did. Like, yeah, y'all gotta stop doing that. Like,
off the chain.
Just because you're a fan of somebody, and then that's her mom's like business. It's like just because you're a fan of somebody,
with Beyonce at all,
right?
Literally,
like they jumped in, and it's like that man deactivated his Twitter because they said allegedly. What I read was they were saying that he was liking like adult content on his Twitter.
You like some OnlyFans page. That's all that.
They said he was liking, like they was like, if you would have seen it, but because it's deactivated, you can't see the video. But they said that the videos that he was liking on his page, but it's like if he liked a porn thing or whatever, it's like newsflash, some grown men watch porn. Newsflash.
I can Cherokee to ask this video.
Like newsflash. So, you know, now okay, like he's like meeting escorts and doing stuff like that. Okay, yeah, now it's like now that's a you know, but it's like okay, a chick with a BBL, like okay, you liked it. I mean, that's between them, but the Beehive, y'all, like, come on. Like, just like, don't bully people into like deactivating their social media. Like, that got nothing to do with Beyonce.
You're gonna get Mr. Lawson.
But I mean, it seems that you know that they've been married since 2015, so they've been married 8 years. So after 8 years of marriage, they're calling it quits. The good thing is that they're both grown ass people, so it's no child support or nothing. And then also Tina already
kids are very grown. Beyonce Bianca Lawson was like 50.
40. So, but no, though. So then they said that Miss Tina also said that she's denying them spousal support on both sides. Like she's saying that neither one of them should receive spousal support. So hopefully, if it is a thing where like we just not on the same page no more, they can hopefully split pretty easily. Especially like I said, it seems like they said over these last few months, at least they've been because like they was like he's not posting her on his Instagram, she's not posting. They said the last time they posted each other was like in March for like the Vanity Fair party. That was the last time that they posted about one another.
Okay.
And in Hollywood, that's forever. Like March till now, like that's for you think about how long that is. Like if you don't post your partner, your spouse, that's a long ass time to just not post, especially if you guys were like kind of like on every red carpet. You guys were like everywhere. You guys at a grand opening. Okay, we're at the grand opening to this restaurant, to this movie theater, to this thing, to that thing, to this thing, to that, and you're just there hand in hand and everything. And then all of a sudden, people ain't seeing you together. And a thing that he tried to do, like when somebody called him out, and they was like, "You haven't posted," because like some weeks back, you know how it has like the thing on Instagram shows how many weeks ago it said the person was like, "You ain't been posting Miss Tina" to him, and then he wrote, "She's on tour with Beyonce." That was what he wrote as his reason, which actually was a good hold up reason because
she was on tour with Beyonce. She actually was, yeah,
because her daughter's on a world tour.
Yeah, she actually did go. Because I saw when Kendra G was in Paris, when saw, and she was in the section with Beyonce, when I went with Tina and Jay-Z and Blue Ivy. So she was like, I made it, like some shit she posted on them.
Tina, she showed the gift basket that Tina said like gift basket like with champagne and stuff like that. So.
She was watching the concert in the section with so saw Jay-Z there, you saw Blue Ivy, you saw Tina. She was like, oh, like I guess I officially made it or some shit.
Miss Tina.
I had my made it moment when I was watching Tribe Called Quest from backstage with Plug One from De La Soul. We watching both commenting like, "Hey, that cute Tip killing it." Dog. I was like, oh, "This is a cool moment." Never thought I'd be. And growing up listening to these cats, I never thought I would be. You do have those moments.
That's what I mean. So I'm hoping that's like my hope is like, I mean, we don't want it to get messy. Like, I mean, hopefully it shouldn't because they're both grown as hell. Like Tina damn near 70 and Richard's over 70. So y'all are both grown as hell. So I don't think we should see any I'm a mother. I don't think we should see none of those back and forth. You a mother. I am a mother. We shouldn't see the back and forth too much because they're grown.
Or like you said the spousal support thing, like they both neither one of them for that. It's like, yeah, hey, well, I feel I've become accustomed to like making it like, yeah, we don't see none of that. No, just go your separate ways.
Just go your separate ways. Divvy up any assets if you guys like, I'm not sure what type of prenup you guys signed prior to you guys get married, but
put all that shit in there, keep it moving.
Sell your house, sell the house. Get like, okay, we sold the house for $2.5 million. You get half, I get half. It should be a pretty easy split. It should be.
Conspiracy theory in me thinks like, yeah, it was a robbery. Was that Richard?
That's what somebody was saying. They're like, somebody was like, no, that was just Richard getting his things and leaving. Somebody wrote that Richard just got his shit and left.
Was that Richard and shit the whole time?
But you have to think about like, these are houses in the Hollywood Hills and like these high affluent areas. Like, what kind of security do you have in the with these houses? Unless it's just a true inside job. Like, Richard. Like what type of?
It was definitely Richard.
Like what type of security do you have?
Bianca dressed in all black outfits like Homer Simpson and shit. I want to see that video and shit.
Looking like the Italian Job.
Bitch.
Looking like that, the Italian Job. But like I said, hopefully.
I wish I knew how to do AI. I would do a parody of that. Yeah. Like I wanted Richard. I want a divorce. It ain't over, bitch.
I thought it was, bitch. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was good and terrible. But
the movie may or may not be streaming on Max and shit.
It was good and terrible. Definitely, it was
more terrible than good. But you got anything else? Because I'm ready to wrap this shit up. Not another damn podcast.
Yeah, over, bitch. Ended it.
It's over, bitch.
It's over, bitch.
I should call it. Bitch. It's over, bitch. That might be a good name of the episode.
It's over, bitch. Might be.
You like another damn podcast? Give us a like. You know what to do. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on your platforms, talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio, YouTube, What up, Tasha? Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, yeah. YouTube, your Amazon Alexa devices. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how I do it.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCRAGULAY1 on Twitter, SCRAGULAY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs, and for your video production needs. Check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.